The conscious conversation with Aleya. Every few months, I like to take a little time to have casual conversations, answer questions of things that people have been emailing me or asking me about in my private practice or in tall cups that I don't have a chance to directly speak to when I'm in a protocol or a specific meditation. And so people have been sharing with me a ton of questions over the last few months and right before this conscious conversation. So we are just going to dive in and start speaking to these layers. The tall cups that I do are energy balancing sessions. This conscious conversation is not so much speaking to energy and bringing in specific energetic protocols. It's not really a healing session. It's more a time of gathering information, pondering things, exploring things, talking about things. You might feel energetic shifts inside yourself, and so whenever I begin, I always like to call in the Ascended Masters, just holding a safe space for this information exchange. We call forth the Ascended Masters, your guides, your spiritual advisors, to gather around you in this safe and sacred space and hold a container to support you in receiving this information, to invite your higher self, your body deva's higher self and team to extract only that which you need in your own unique way. If something resonates, great, and it serves you, supports you, and empowers you, take it, let it be yours. If it doesn't resonate for you, toss it. It's not appropriate, let it go. So the first question is a really great one, which I have a confession. I am writing a book right now, and I have 2 more weeks of the rewriting process, and my strong suit is not explaining things that are really basic to me. I literally can feel energy fields. It's this intuitive, innate experience. And so yesterday when I got my first chapter 1, chapter 2 back, and my copy editor said, "What's an energy field, Aleya?" I had to literally go to Google and just discern what people were really saying an energy field is. Now, from my perspective, energy fields are, well, Google said energy fields are, maybe it was, what's that one where you get all the information and you can give donations? Anyhow, I'm mind blanking on it. But energy fields are energy flowing around a person. That is like a basic definition. Now, my definition of what an energetic field is, I think energy fields are created by the divine line of you, the divine line of your body deva, and the divine lines of your team. So there are multiple layers. People have a ton of names for them. Their astral body, their mental body, their emotional body, their etheric body. But when I think about that divine line and I feel into the divine line that flows on the front of the spine, my perception is that it creates its very own energetic force field or energy that radiates off of the divine line. So if you are holding a lot of energy in your divine line on the front of your spine, using a breath a day or 10 breaths a day to pull your awareness into this inner river, the more awareness you hold in this inner river of light on the front of the spine, the stronger and brighter it gets. Then that creates a more intense reflection into the energy fields, or essentially creating strong energy fields. Your body, deva, nature, spirit, physical human form, this thing, has its own divine line that runs through the spine. It literally runs within and around the spinal cord. And it too radiates energy, which creates energy fields. Then you've got your team who are with you 24/7. They are here to support you and buffer you as you journey in the world. And the energy they hold and connect with in their divine lines create their energy fields. So we've got actually 3 energy field systems. Now, the combination of your divine line and your body deva's divine line, so you've got your divine line on the front of the spine, you've got the divine line running through the spine, that energy that passes back and forth creates the chakra systems. So we've got the chakra and the fish chakra, the sixth, the seventh, the heart, the third chakra at the solar plexus, the second chakra right below the umbilicus, and then your base chakra at the bottom of the spine. And this exchange of energy radiating back and forth between your divine line and your body Deva's divine line create a combination reflection of energetic fields. And so my sense is that you as a soul essence can work on your very own energy fields. Your body, Deva nature, spirit can work on its own energy fields. That then creates a different reflection into the chakra systems, which then impact the energetic fields of you and your body, Deva. You can get your team to hold very particular vibrations in their divine lines, increase their vibration of connection or love or kindness or patience or empowerment in their divine lines. That will then reflect into their energy fields, which will then cause a positive empathic experience for you and your body, Deva. So that is my definition of what energy fields are. Now, as we navigate in the world and we come into contact with other people's energy fields, other people might have cords or hooks or issues that they place upon us or that we take, and that will then impact the energetic fields as well. So hopefully that answered that question. And if it didn't, feel free to, yes, Wikipedia. Thank you, Carrie. And yeah, everybody can ask their questions, but I'm going to be just going through the questions that I grabbed prior to the conversation. Another question that I want to speak to is when working with your team, the beings that surround you in another realm, who are with you 24/7 as kids, we may have remembered them as our imaginary friends. When you're working with your team and you're in an intimate relationship or just a relationship with someone, is it in integrity to infuse different vibrations into the relationship? And my perspective is that it is in integrity to change your own internal energy, not someone else's. So if I am in relationship with my husband and I want him to be more respectful, loving, or kind, I would actually go into my own divine line. My body, Deva, would bring its awareness into its divine line. My team would bring their awareness into their own divine lines. And we would cultivate, using our higher self and our energy fields, vibrations of greater self-respect or trust or connection or empowerment or love internally in our own divine lines. Then at the level of my higher self, body, Deva's higher self, team's higher self, I can ask my higher self, my body, Deva's higher self, and team to connect with my partner at the level of their higher self, their body, Deva's higher self, their team's higher self. We can send information and we can hold a container for them at the level of their higher selves to cultivate greater vibrations of trust inside themselves, if they choose. Greater degrees of integrity or connection or commitment. Whatever the quality it is you're wanting in your relationship, you can invite them to activate those qualities in their divine lines. Them, their body, and their team. And you are doing it, modeling it to them, sending them information, making a request. And then what happens is the vibrations that you are connecting with internally in your divine lines are then reflected out onto the relationship. So you're actually not doing anything to someone other than creating a positive, empathic field, making a gentle request, letting them shift themselves in their own unique way if and when they choose. If they don't, at least you've been cultivating a greater degree of trust for your own divine light, or greater degrees of commitment to your own essence, or greater degrees of connection or love, appreciation, respect, whatever the quality is. And inevitably, over time, your relationships will reflect to you the energies that you are connecting with deep in your core. The next question is, what about psychic attacks and how do we protect ourselves and how to clear them? I think of psychic attacks as two different phenomenons. The one is somebody comes at us who's really upset or angry, but it's out of timing. So if I went for a walk with my friend and I said something that upset her, and then 4 months later, she comes to me and says, you know that thing you said on our walk that was really upsetting? I was devastated by it. I'm really upset and I'm really angry. I would be taken aback a bit because I would actually energetically interpret that as a psychic attack because the event is so out of timing. Whereas if we're on our walk, I say something and within a minute, 2 minutes, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, she goes, you know what you just said is really upsetting me. I would be able to sit with it, unpack it, look at it, resolve it, explain it, apologize. That is in timing. But when something happens that's out of timing, meaning someone reacts and responds and attacks you out of timing, your energy fields are going to take it as a psychic attack. So that's one aspect of a psychic attack, or one kind of a psychic attack. The other one is somebody consciously or unconsciously intends harm, or they are jealous of you, or you have a fragment of their energy, you have information for them, they are coming at you for something. And so the way that I deal with that is we invite the higher self, the body Davis higher self, the team, to locate any fragments, any information, any responsibility that you might be holding for that person and to return it. Give them whatever it is they want that is theirs, not yours. If they want information from you about something that you do, you can model it and send information. And then I also will work with psychic attacks. I will call that person who is psychically attacking me from the future as an ascended master to come and protect me from themselves in the past. So it's their past self attacking me. I call them from the future as an ascended master because they're going to know how to protect me from themselves to a much greater degree than I would know how to protect myself. Whenever we get attacked, it is an indicator that our soul is wanting to move into greater degrees of empowerment, integrity, personal responsibility, and not being attached, here's the kicker, big deal, not being attached to anyone else's reality. You are not attached to sorcerers or sorceresses doing the right thing and moving into integrity. You're not attached to no war being on the planet. You're not attached to everyone on the planet being kind and being loving. You are only attached to the vibration you hold in your own divine line. You're not even attached to the energy your body is in. Now, this is a hard one, but the freedom that starts to happen when you use your higher self, your energy fields, to lift all of your attachment, desire nuggets off of everyone and everything and back to your own divine line that flows on the front of your spine. You invite your body deva as well to lift all of its attachment and desire off of everyone and everything and back to its own divine line. Same for your team. The body deva is often desiring other people to be kind or gracious or conscious because the body deva might want to see the planet moving into greater states of enlightenment or self-aware or gentleness, love, respect. And so we really have to work with the body deva to not be attached to other people, especially descendants and ancestors. So your body deva is naturally going to be attached to how your mother and your father are for your own personal safety. Maybe you'll be attached to your nieces, nephews, children, because if they are successful and happy and we're wanting them to be happy, then maybe they will survive and thrive and then go on to propagate and continue the species. So really work with your body deva using you say body deva at the level of your higher self. Use your energetic fields, the guides, to lift all of your attachment and desire for everyone and everything, for everyone's behavior, for so-and-so, off of them and back to your own divine line. So the body deva is only attached to the vibration that flows in its divine line. So that is how I typically deal with psychic attack. And again, looking at I am wanting to move into greater degrees of empowerment or move into greater degrees of integrity so that I'm not attached and then responsible for other people's realities. There's one more aspect to that psychic attack, and that is to invite your higher self, your body deva's higher self, and team to lift all of your gifts, your wisdom, your protection, your support, your safety off of everyone at an energetic level and to hold your grids, your protection, your gifts totally on your own self. So we all have, I call them like soul gifts or qualities, vibrations that our soul has cultivated. We want to use our very own unique protection mechanisms. We do not want anyone to be responsible for protecting us at an energetic level. You, at the level of your higher self, want to hold that responsibility. Your body needs to hold that responsibility for itself. Your team need to hold that for themselves individually. And when you are totally responsible for your own energetic protection, you then have the capacity to bring in your own unique energetic tools that have the capacity to protect you. So if I think that my father is really good at protection and I use my father's protection mechanisms on me, they will not work. So I would invite my higher self, my body diva's higher self, my team to release all of my father's protection mechanisms, give them back to him, and then I would bring in my very own unique protection mechanisms on myself for myself in my own unique way. My body would do the same for itself in its own unique way, different than me. And then my team would do that for themselves in their own unique way. And that increases the protection. So I'm jumping around here quite a bit and going randomly through the questions, not in any particular order. But I did mention the words prior to the conscious conversation in the email because people have been asking me about it in emails for several years, and I really haven't spoken to it. But what are walk-ins and what are higher dimensional merges? The first one I'm going to speak about is a higher dimensional merge. And I think that all of us are actually very slowly, gently, some of us in extreme ways, are bringing in higher vibrational aspects of ourselves. So it's like your higher self is right around you. It's not above you. So I do speak about going into your divine line and traveling up to your higher self. But from my perspective, the higher self is vibrating at a higher frequency right around us, right around me. Your higher self is vibrating. And when you bring your awareness into your divine line, you actually gain access to your higher self and your energy fields. Your higher self uses your energy fields to shift the vibrations. Your higher self is expressing itself in a dimension that is vibrating at a faster rate than the physical dimension. That's when we are doing this energy work, we're taking our awareness out of the physical realm, we're bringing our awareness into a higher dimension where the work happens. So the more you hold your awareness in your divine line and connect with your higher self, the more you will have gentle, graceful, maybe profound, higher dimensional merges with yourself, meaning a higher vibrational aspect of you is coming in and you are embodying it, you are conscious of it, you can pull from it, you breathe from that place, from that more connected place. That is a higher dimensional merge. And then the other phenomenon that is pretty well known in some circles is a walk-in. That is when one soul that is currently inhabiting the physical body is done, they're complete with their experience, and another soul has contracted to come and take their body. So that first soul leaves, the first tenant says, I'm out, and then the next soul that wants to have an experience, serve, sometimes wreak mayhem, comes in to the body and resides on the front of the spine. Now, a walk-in phenomenon is very intense, very confusing, probably one of the most dangerous things you can do in the universe, because the residue of the previous tenant is still on the front of the spine. The body deva is holding all of the belief systems of the previous tenant. A lot of the times the body can actually react and respond with a fight or flight, autoimmune response to the soul that is now residing, because the body deva was originally programmed for the first tenant, not the second tenant. There is a thing called multiple personality, which is, I think, from my perspective, multiple souls inhabiting one body. There are also people who have fragments of themselves, and that creates a multiple experience, a multiple personality experience. But walk-ins are really, from my perspective, one soul leaving and another soul coming in. It's pretty obvious. It's pretty intense. It's not something that you want to have happen. If I were you, I would go more for higher dimensional merge. So if you're not enjoying your experience on planet Earth and you just want to leave, that's hard because you put so much effort and energy just to get here. You might not be having a really good time right now, but I'm going to invite you to use your higher self, your energy fields, to bring more and more of your awareness into your divine line. That will create a higher dimensional merge, and the unpleasant reality will start to slowly fade. No one else can get you into your divine line. That is totally your job. And every single time you take a breath is an opportunity to bring your awareness into your divine line. And then you use your exhale to ground yourself into that inner river of light on the front of your spine. The more you are holding your awareness in your divine line, the easier life is going to get. The more you are attached and responsible for the vibration in your divine line, the easier life is going to get. So that's just sort of a 3D basic explanation, maybe not so 3D, of walk-ins and higher dimensional merges. Okay, next question. Hang in there. Okay. Stay focused, Aleya. Another question came through about how to experience oneness with yourself, your body, and your team. And I actually think the only way to experience a state of oneness or connection with another is to bring your awareness into your divine line. So again, using your inhale, using your higher self, your energetic fields to bring all of your anchors, orientation points, reference points off of everyone and everything and back to your own divine line. The more you hold your awareness in this inner river of light that flows on the front of the spine, the more you're going to experience a state of oneness with your own essence. As you start to feel that vibration of light flowing within you and you're connecting with it, from that place you will be able to connect with your body deva from a place of oneness. Now, if you're holding a vibration of oneness in your divine line, you are then creating an empathic field for your body deva to start holding more of its awareness in its divine line. And then you'd also invite your team to hold their awareness for oneness and connection in their own divine line. So we're not going externally to experience oneness and connection. We are going internal into that inner river. And there's a question kind of floating around of what happens when you're really struggling in the body. The body is ill, there's a ton of pathology, a ton of empathic sensitivity. It's just a really uncomfortable ride. And there's two things that are coming up, and there's multiple things you can do to help that process. But the two ones that I hear is to invite your higher self. Don't do this right now. Do this in your own meditation, but I'm just walking you through the steps. You would invite your higher self to use your energy fields and your awareness, your intent, your imagination, your breath, to pull all of your energy. It's going to sound weird, but to pull all of your energy off your arms, your shoulders, your belly, and into your divine line and firmly attach it to the front of your spine. Pull your energy off your body. Get yourself onto your saddle. Then invite your body deva nature spirit to fill every single one of its cells, organs, meridians, glands, bones with the vibration of its essence. The only place that your body is not going to hang out or be is the front of the spine, because your body deva has oh so graciously created a lovely channel for you to ride in, her, or him. And when we are smearing, when we as souls are smearing ourselves all over our body then starts to process all of our issues. It doesn't have the space to heal itself. It's just messy. And so every day, use your higher self, your energy fields, to pull all of your energy off of your arms, your legs, your belly, your toes, and into your divine line, and firmly attach your divine line to the front of the spine. The more firm your divine line is to the front of the spine in a comfortable way, the healthier the body will be, because you will be able to exchange the appropriate frequency of light back and forth between your divine line and your body Deva's divine line, which passes through the chakras, which pattern the energy fields, which then reflect onto the organs, the meridians, and the glands. So that would be step one for dealing with a really uncomfortable ride in the human form. The second one is when the body Deva is carrying issues that do not belong to the body. And I had an interesting experience last night. I was taking a shower and then turned the water off and then was walking with my towel, and my left knee just went like, wah. I didn't hear a pop, but I just felt like this intense pain. And so much so that maybe 5 or 6 times that same evening last night, if I moved wrong at all, and if I didn't shuffle gently across the floor, I would yelp in pain. And then at 3 a.m., I woke up because I'm taking care of my brother's dog, and my brother's dog started barking. And I thought, well, I'm awake, I might as well do the work. And my knee is kind of throbbing, and I laid in bed and I said, what's going on, body? And my body said, well, I am really worried about this, such and such. And so I basically walked my body Deva through a protocol, helped my body Deva release it, had my body Deva bring in a healthy blueprint for that knee area, and I woke up in the morning and my knee was like 80% better. And now tonight it's like 90% better. So the moral of the story, or the point of the story, is the body will have a really hard time healing if it is carrying issues that do not belong to the body, or if it's carrying responsibility for other people's journeys or other people's body devas or other people's souls. So we really want the body to just be responsible for taking care of itself, tending to its cells, organs, meridians, glands, maintaining homeostasis, balance, health, vitality, detoxing. The immune system will react and respond in a negative way if it's constantly having to fight other people's battles. Okay. Another question came through about what to do when you have an off day. So on Monday, you might have a really great day. You're in gratitude. You can meditate. Everything's lovely. And then Tuesday, another great day, meditating, have this lovely sense of connection and peace and stillness. And then Wednesday, huge levels of anxiety or irritation or frustration or impatience. Can't really meditate, can't really focus. And from my perspective, when we meditate and we connect in with those higher realms, we need to allow for a time of integration and digesting and not doing any work. Let it just percolate in your fields. So if you're pushing really hard and meditating every single day, and sometimes it's really hard to get into a groove on a particular day, that's an indicator that you might want to just go and sit in nature or do something that is play for you, because play is one of the fastest mechanisms for integrating energy. If I work with clients for 6 hours, I then have to garden for 12 hours. Or I need to sit in a salt bath or sit in the hot tub for 45 minutes and just stare at the flowers in the sky. So really give yourself time to integrate the work that you're doing in the higher realms. Otherwise you'll burn out, you won't be able to focus. It's just an indicator. The next question is speaking about the 5 physical senses, and we have the touch, sight, smelling, hearing, and taste. Those are our 5 physical senses. But those 5 physical senses have energetic components to them. It's the ability to energetically feel or energetically hear, energetically see. That's with the third eye. Everybody has their own energetic sense already developed. And I remember when I first started doing this work, I was like, well, I can't see anything, or I can't hear anything. And my wise teacher said to me, just develop the sense that you are most comfortable with. So for me, it was the auditory. And then once my auditory energetic sense got really strong, then my my visual energetic sense started to come online. And then at one point, I had an experience of literally smelling tobacco that was being smoked in a higher dimension by one of somebody's guides. And I said, "Oh, do you have this guide that smokes tobacco?" And this person was like, yeah, I know. And I was able to smell that tobacco coming literally from another dimension. There was no one smoking tobacco in our area. So develop the energetic sense that you already have. And if you don't know what your energetic sense is, think about your 5 physical senses. Which one are you most called to? When you think about something, when you feel something, when you listen to something, right? Like, how do you talk? How do you perceive? That is going to give you the information of what your strongest energetic sense already is. Develop that. The other ones will slowly come online. And I also have found that if we want something and we push really hard for it in the energetic spiritual world, it doesn't happen so quickly. It's almost like that attachment slows the process down. So let yourself be in the process that you're in and cultivate what you already have, and then everything else starts to come online. There's another question about how to get support. It was somebody emailed me and said, I feel like I've come into this world and I calibrated it so that no one could help me. And I am so struggling and I'm so done with struggling and I really don't want to have this agreement if I made this agreement at all. And from my perspective and my memory too of when I was on the other side being a guide and helping is that we were only able to help people in the physical dimension to the degree that they were helping themselves. And so when we are now in the physical dimension and we want support from the angelic realm, we don't want to focus on how much support we want from the angelic realm, or if we're able to receive the support from the angelic realm. We want to bring our awareness into our divine line. Same for the body and the team. We need to get all 3 of those energies shifted or holding a very particular stance. And then you would take 100% responsibility for supporting yourself. Take it off the guides. Take it off of everyone and everything. Hold it completely and totally in your own divine line. Invite your body, Deva Nature Spirit, to retrieve all responsibility for supporting itself in its own divine line. Invite your team to hold 100% responsibility for supporting themselves in their own divine lines. And then invite your higher self to start supporting you in the higher realm and receiving information and positive empathic experiences from the guides. So if we don't want to move into disempowerment by getting help from someone, I totally get that. I don't want to be disempowered and have someone help me and then I'm disempowered. I wouldn't agree to that. But what I would agree to is to invite the Ascended Masters to encircle me, or my spiritual advisors to encircle me, or Kuan Yin to encircle me, my body and my team, and for her to hold the vibrations that I want for myself inside herself, to have her send me that energetic information, for her to create a strong empathic field of transformation at the level of my higher self. Then my higher self starts to move into that vibration. I invite the body, Deva, to move into that similar vibration in its own unique way. Same for the team. So everybody is being positively, empathically impacted. We are doing the work on ourselves, for ourselves, in the higher realms. Then we start reflecting those energetic shifts down to ourselves here in the physical realm. And the key piece that I kept repeating over and over again in my book, despite my copy editor's frustrations, is the one piece that's so essential is to realize that we do not shift our belief systems, our behavior, or our consciousness in the physical dimension with mudras, with mantras, with diet, or with our mind. Okay? From my perspective, it does not happen here in the physical plane. Where we make the change is your higher self. Your higher self uses your energy fields. Your body, Deva, has a higher self. It uses its energy fields. Your team have higher selves. They use their energy fields. They do all the work in that higher dimension. Once that work has been done, once you are holding a greater state of connection or empowerment or health or balance or vitality in that higher realm, then you here in the physical realm ask for the reflection of that greater, coherent, connected, empowered, healthy, balanced, vibrant energy that is being held in that higher realm down here in the physical realm. Get your higher self to do the work. Use your energy, have your higher self use your energy fields in that higher dimension, and then have your higher self reflect those shifts and changes down to yourself here in the physical plane. That's so important. I want to cry right now. That's such a huge piece. And we so forget it because we're so enamored or seduced or focused on the physical dimension. We think that the physical realm, or if we just shift the way that we're thinking, that it's going to make the changes. And I have used my mind. I have used mudras. I have used diets. I have been vegan. I have meditated for hours and hours every single day, focusing on stillness and oneness, but not the higher self, and nothing happened. I find that those shifts really happen when I really ask the higher self to do it. And to focus more on qualities. Not, I want more money. If I had more money, how would I then feel? Oh, I'd be happy, or I experience freedom. Or if my body was healthy, how would I then feel? Well, I would be empowered, or I'd feel more connected, or I'd feel stronger. Really focus on those qualities and get your higher self to start running those vibrations, those qualities in your divine line. Same for your body and your team. Sort of ending up to be more like a class. The teaching. Okay, so that's how you get support. Increase support inside yourself. Invite the angelic realm to reflect it to you. Then they can help you to an even greater degree. And also, there's some daily meditations about support, and I'll just continue to bring in meditations and tall cups about support because that's a biggie. There was another question, how many personality bodies are we born with? Is that why I am so much in conflict with myself? I actually think that it's just your soul essence personality and your body Davis personality. And then you're going to be empathically impacted by your team's personalities. So you might have 5 people in your team, or 10 people in your team, or 15 people in your team. And that's going to be an empathic experience. So when you're navigating reality and wondering what your personality is, I'm going to invite you to bring your awareness into your divine line and feel the vibration of your personality in that inner river of light where you are a beautiful beam of light. And then realize that your personality might be tinted by the empathic experience of maybe your parents energetically hanging out on you, or your parents' team hanging out on your team, or your partner's team hanging out on your team, and then you're feeling your partner's your partner's team's personalities. And so by really getting your energy fields clean and clear, meaning you at the level of your higher self, your body and team, hold full responsibility for protecting and honoring and keeping your energy fields clean and clear. So you as a soul essence are responsible for your own energy fields. Your body is responsible for its own energy fields. Yes, your body has a separate set of energy fields, but your energy fields and your body Deva's energy fields reflect upon each other, affecting the physical body, the organs, meridians, the glands. And you get your team to take the position of being the primary buffer. Okay, your team needs to be around you 24/7, huddle, 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 and bubble up their own force fields of protection on themselves. Keep their energy fields clean and clear. Then they create a positive empathic field for you and your body Deva. Then you at the level of your higher self, your body Deva's higher self, are keeping your energy fields clean and clear. And a really great way of keeping your energy fields clean and clear is to infuse the vibration of your essence fully into your divine line. Make it really strong, big, thick, get in there. You don't need to apologize for being here in this world. Earth asked you to come into this world. And so the more you are owning the front of the spine as your saddle, the more your body Deva infuses its essence into every organ, meridian, gland, its divine line, the stronger those energy fields are going to be. The more you are attached to your own reality, no one else's, the stronger your energy fields are going to be, and you're going to keep other people's stuff off you. That was another question that I just kind of gently segued into. So my Simple answer, how many personality bodies are we born with? Your soul essence personality, your body to its essence, and then you've got your team that surrounds you that'll empathically impact you. There's another question of what happens to the body, Deva, when the soul rider, meaning the soul that's riding in the physical human form, is done with Earth. So if you as a soul know that this is the last time you will ever come to planet Earth for millions and millions and millions and millions of years, you're never coming back, even when Earth is an ascended master and it's absolutely exceptional here. I want to give two answers. The first one is, I don't know. The second one happened after about an hour of pondering this question. And my guide said, well, the human form is a very advanced form, but the form of the dolphin and the whale are even more advanced nature spirits. And so I kind of think of it like a graduation process. And in my book, one of my sentences that I wrote that got deleted by my copy editor, can you tell I'm having a little process with my editing? It's a good process, but I'm going to share it here so people get it as opposed to it being in the book. Maybe in my next incarnation, I can be a whale, meaning I would have graduated from being a human and could then go into the dolphin, the whale experience, highly evolved beings, more evolved than the human body. So that's my secondary answer. I don't know, and maybe your body of a nature spirit will morph into a dolphin or a whale and experience life that way. Maybe a soul will come in and ride in that dolphin nature spirit or that whale nature spirit form. So that's something that I'm going to keep pondering, and you can ponder it. Ask your higher self to get that answer. Another question was, can we live simultaneously in multiple dimensions? Absolutely. In fact, you already do, whether you think you don't, you do or not. Every time you use your imagination, you're accessing another dimension. That's a multidimensional experience. Every time you dream, you are going into another dimension. If you remember your dreams, that is a multidimensional experience. When you go into meditation, you are accessing another dimension. Other dimensions are everything but the physical realm. When you close your eyes and you bring your awareness into your divine line, you are traveling into another dimension. You are holding your awareness in this other plane where you are expressing yourself. The more conscious we are of traveling back and forth between the dimensions, the more powerful it gets, the clearer it gets. When I start to read energy, so like right now I'm holding my awareness in the physical realm, and then I'm going to shift my awareness, my energy, and I'm going to let the physical realm just get soft. I'm not focusing on it. And now I'm just traveling into a higher realm that has different vibrations and information. It might look like I'm spacing out, but I'm really not. My mind is spacing out. I have no idea what I'm doing. But I'm just letting some other higher part of me be the witness observer, gather information, do whatever needs to get done. And then, once I've taken my little dimensional trip, I bring my awareness back in to the physical realm, and here we are again. There are ways to do that. You can travel up your divine line, you can travel into your divine line, you can go down your divine line, but I do recommend going into your divine line to dimensionally travel. It is one of the safer ways to do it. And then keep your divine line firmly attached to the front of your spine so that your body doesn't freak out when you start to flip your awareness to another plane. Sort of be like riding the horse. Make sure you're really on the saddle before you do something other than riding the horse. I recommend not consciously dimensionally traveling when you are operating heavy machinery, driving, cutting, using knives, doing things that are a little dangerous. Hold the majority of your awareness in the physical plane. Once you're really, really good at that, and then dimensionally traveling, then very carefully start to explore that. But like sitting in LA traffic or a traffic city chaos, definitely hold your awareness in the physical. But you can go into altered states. You need to be careful driving. How to heal deep traumas. And there was a question about bipolar and can you take medication? I think that bipolar, right, those extreme intense highs and lows, or just depression or anxiety, anything that doesn't feel like a balance, you, your body, your team might be processing energy that's not yours, might be processing traumas from previous incarnations or from this incarnation. And those emotions are actually trying to take you into the experience to heal it. That is a very painful, inefficient mechanism. And so if you're using energy work to treat the anxiety, the depression, because you're not on medication, or you're on medication and you want to unpack these layers with an additional support to the body, for the body, I recommend it. I cannot personally, professionally take anybody on or off of any type of physical medication, but I can recommend that if you feel like you need support while you are unpacking and processing and healing the traumas, and you think medication would be useful, and you find a practitioner, a doctor who can prescribe appropriate medication while you are unpacking the root cause of the depression, I think that that's advisable. I really don't judge it. It's like, use all of the resources that we have that call to you, that resonate for you. If medication doesn't work for you, if it doesn't call to you, and you just want to use energy work, or you're on medication and you want to use energy work to unpack it, the way to heal those traumas is to really ask the question, what is the core issue? I feel like a victim, or I'm afraid of loss, or I live in a state of fear. And then you want to think about that challenge as the what's the opposite? What's the solution? Loss, the solution is connection. And actually on my website, I have a thing called the Flip It chart. And our souls are determined to attain very particular vibrations. We will use traumas, upset, triggers to help us attain these vibrations, but we want to be a bit more conscious as we unpack it and activate the vibration of the spiritual lesson, release the trauma. So you would invite your higher self, your body deva's higher self, your team, to energetically locate that vibration of the challenge, lack, fear, victim, depression, anxiety. And if there's a particular moment that you remember that's linked with this, that triggered it, you would invite your higher self, your body deva's higher self, to activate to go back into that event, to activate the vibration of the spiritual lesson, and to release the trauma. And I actually have a very specific meditation for clearing traumas. So I do recommend that you go onto the website and check out meditations to clear traumas from the past. Activate the vibration of the spiritual lesson. The trauma gets less and less and less and less till you're no longer triggered, because the depression or the anxiety or the fear, it is driving you to cultivate the vibration of the spiritual lesson. Use your higher self, your energy fields, to activate the vibration of the spiritual lesson. And then the depression, the anxiety abate. That can be a slow process. It might take a month, it might take a year, it might take 5 years, but the stronger your higher self gets, the more you use your higher self, the more your higher self uses your energy fields, the more powerful it becomes. And I occasionally take new clients 2 or 3 times a year. I'll take 2 or 3 people. I fiercely protect my balance so I never get burned out. But on occasion, I will take someone on into my private practice and work with very specific pieces that you might not be able to shift, or you can't find the root of it. But I'm really trying to create the tools on the website so that you can find the roots of your challenges, use your higher self, your energy fields to activate those vibrations, and then you don't need me. There's another question. We've got a couple more minutes. I'm just looking. What happens when a soul is a walk-in? What happens to the body deva? That is a question that somebody asked months ago, and I'm finally answering it. I'm kind of segueing back because we talked about walk-ins and higher dimensional merges earlier. But when a soul walks into the body, there are two things that happen. That soul either keeps the body deva, nature spirit stays the same, and they just go through a process of integration transformation, or the body deva that was originally born into the body leaves, and a new body deva nature spirit that is matched with the soul residing in the body comes in. It's sort of like a body deva walk-in. That's way more intense. It can cause a lot of trouble and challenge and pathology and illness in that process of one body deva leaving and another body deva coming in. It doesn't have to, but you would need a lot of support and a lot of downtime to really let the body devas switch out. And I recommend having it be a very slow process over the course of a year or 2 years or 3 years of one body deva leaving and another body deva coming in. Maybe at some point I'll do just a call about walk-ins because there might be more questions about that at some point. Somebody asked for a protocol for pets to not take their caretakers or their stewards or owners' issues, and I'll bring that in a daily meditation in the next month or so. Another person asked a question about the map of the divine lines, and in this conscious conversation online, I'll post a link that has images of the divine line, your divine cosmic loop, the divine cosmic loop of Earth, your body deva's divine line, your body deva's divine cosmic loop. So that might help, an image is worth 1,000 words. So I will share that link and you can check out those images and that might help explain. There is a question about what's the difference between your team, your body deva, ascended masters, and guides. Your team are with you 24/7. They start with you on day one at your launch and are with you the entire time you are incarnate here in the physical world. They are here to support you, buffer you, hold very particular vibrations. Your guides and ascended masters, archangels, they come and go depending on what's going on for you in your life. They might be with you for a 2-year period, or for a 10-year period, or a 20-year period, or 2 weeks, or just an hour. So they will come in, send information, model a particular energy to you, and then they take off. Your team are not other humans in the physical realm. They are beings who are not incarnate in the physical dimension. They are separate soul entities. They are not fragments of you. They are another person, just like I'm another person to you. So your team has their own personalities. They might be male, they might be female. Let your team surround you and invite them to hold higher vibrations of connection, love, gentleness, whatever qualities you value inside themselves, modeling out to you. Your body deva is the nature spirit that you physically reside in. It is like the horse you ride or the car you drive. It's a little bit more like the car you drive, right? You've got your driver's seat and you are in it, but the difference is it is a nature spirit and it has kind of a nature sprite spirit energy, different personality than you, that's like a horse. So imagine a combination of a horse and a car and you are in it. And you are a beam of light, a soul essence, expressing yourself in the physical human form. And when you leave the human body, you aren't going to be impacted by your body deva's personality or identity or belief systems or issues. So your soul essence is who you are when you're not in human form. Oh my gosh, I got through a ton. Okay, let me just pause here and take a look and see if there's one more question that we'll cover before we complete. There's been a ton of clearing happening right now over the last 5 days. Yeah. There's one more question that I'll speak to, and that is somebody asked the question, can you address how we can love our bodies, be at peace while in pain or disease, and doing protocols without controlling the body deva? Whatever energy you want your body to be in, bring your awareness into your divine line using your breath, your intent, your imagination, your higher self, your energy fields. as you hold your awareness in your divine line on the front of your spine or in the higher realms, wherever you want to be, but be in your divine line. You can travel up to your higher self. You can increase the vibration. Well, just holding your awareness in your divine line gives you access to your higher self, because remember, the higher self is around here. But if you want to go up to access your higher self, you can do that too. It's fine. There's no right or wrong way. As you hold your awareness in your divine line, you ask yourself, what is the energy I want my body to be in? Don't think about the pathology or the illness. Maybe your body is in pain. So maybe you want your body to be in a state of ease or balance or flow or vitality or peace. And then you, at the level of your higher self, would begin to activate the vibration of peace. You are not going to be attached or desiring your body to be in peace one iota. 100% attached, desiring, and responsible for you, soul essence, beam of light, activating the vibration of peace in your divine line, creating a strong, positive, empathic experience for your body deva. Your body deva, maybe she doesn't want to be in peace. But if you keep holding a vibration of peace deep in your core and just vibing it, not putting it on her, just like holding it in your inner river, your body deva's gonna get it. She's gonna be positively, empathically impacted, and she's gonna start activating vibrations of peace. You don't even have to ask her. Now you could say, body deva at the level of your higher self, work with your energetic fields, the guides, activate vibrations of peace in your divine line, or flow, or vitality, or health. If any of these issues that you're trying to work on using your physical form aren't your issues, you're not responsible for these pieces, send them back to the right and perfect place along with all relevant and appropriate information. So it's really about cleaning up the relationship, helping your body clean his or her energy fields. If you're in a female form, I do invite your body deva to take the female energy. If you're in a male form, male human body, I invite your body deva to be male. I have worked with several people where they are guys and they have female body devas. Or they're women and they have male body devas. I've seen more guys having female body devas, and when that happens, sometimes those men have a hard time really connecting in with their masculine energy. So I invite their body devas to go through a little metamorphosis and to take the form of the masculine nature, spirit, essence, energy that they have the capacity to be. Nature spirits can go back and forth just like souls in the expressions of male and female. So make sure that your body deva is kind of the same sex as your actual physical human form. Just a recommendation. You don't have to do it, but it's my recommendation. Makes things easier. Good. Thank you all so much for joining me. Amazingly, we did get through the majority of the questions. I will have another conscious conversation in a few months. You can check out the schedule. I'll be posting it there. And I do the Tall Cups of Consciousness, which are hour-long energy balancing sessions every 3 weeks. And then I also do those daily meditations 5 days a week. Monday, Wednesday, and Friday are new, fresh, recorded meditations the majority of the time, unless there is the energetic weather that's so perfect for a meditation that I've already recorded. And I think we have something like 1,300 meditations online now. So I do sometimes pull from the archives, but when I feel that energy that's fresh, new, on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and I have time, I record new ones. You can get the daily cups Monday, just Monday, or Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Or you can just pick the ones that resonate for you and just buy them one at a time. They're only like $1.50. So if you feel like you need additional energetic support at any point in time, I invite you to check out the tools. And again, it has been a joy and an honor to journey with you in this way. We ask that you are wrapped in sheets of rainbow light, gently sealing these vibrations in, this information in, to a degree that supports you, empowers you, helps you move into greater degrees of connection with the divine beam of light that you are. Let it be so. Aho. Thank you, guides.